Jungle love, driving me mad. Oh, hello. Okay, so got sauce stuck in my head. Let's finish up this action hero weekend with the Denzel Washington flick Man on Fire, directed by Tony Scott. Starring Denzel Washington as John Creasy. Yeah, we'll get into that. A man who is tasked with guarding a young girl, played by Dakota Fanning. But she gets kidnapped, and he gets shot, and now he's out for revenge when he finds out some information, and yes, it's a revenge flick. First of all, the name. Now, I know that this was based on a book, and I know that this was once made a film in 1997, there's that year again, with Scott Glenn playing Christian Creasy. But the name Creasy, it just... The fact that the daughter calls him Creasy, it's not a tough guy name. I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. But, it's Denzel Washington, so what are you going to do? And for this film, Denzel Washington is fantastic. He's fantastic as always. He's a very great actor, but he's really good in this movie. And, this movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes. And that's because for the first half hour of this film, you spend it getting to know who Creasy is. He and the little girl, Peta, they get to know each other. You get to know these characters before what eventually happens. It's not just, it's not like the Transporter 2 where he's guarding this little kid and he gets kidnapped. We do see some connection, but here you actually get a connection, and I like that. So when she is taken, I'm not fond of the cinematography. Some of this, there's a lot of blurry, shaky shots in this that aren't really necessary. But the scene in which it happens when she gets taken, she's in her piano thing, and they keep playing this piano, and she's belching because that's what they did in the car before. But she's playing the piano, and he's standing there to the dog, and then all of a sudden these cops come and block off the way, and he's like. And he realizes something's wrong, and she comes out. And apparently an hour has passed, but she comes out, and they practiced the thing earlier because she's a swimmer. That when bang, you can't be afraid of the gun, but when the gun is fired, she jumps and doesn't run, and so that's how she gets taken. He tries to stop them, and he gets shot. I don't know. I think that scene is done very well. Sometimes there's too much shaky cam. Other actors in this film, Giancarlo Giannini, who was in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. He was Mathis. He is in this. Mickey Rourke is in this. And Christopher Walken is in this. And I was kind of iffy on either of them because they've played villains before. Mickey Rourke was a villain in Double Team with Van Damme. And Christopher Walken in the Rundown with The Rock. So it was iffy. Walken is actually no friend of Creasy's, which makes him an ally, along with Giannini. But Rourke is a little iffy, especially when you find out the truth. So he begins this investigation once he's done, and it is announced that the girl was killed because of a botched. They went to do a payoff, and it was botched. A ransom payoff, it was botched, and so they said they killed the little girl. So he goes on a one-man mission to get justice for this, and he finds out that it was a setup. He finds out that the father, Samuel, played by Mark Anthony, yes, I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to know. That Mark Anthony. His wife is played by Roddy Mitchell. But it turns out he and his lawyer, yes, Mickey Rourke is crooked, sort of, set up so that they can get insurance money off of this. I guess. And the girl wasn't supposed to be harmed, but because of a botch, Rourke is killed, and they still have the girl. But Creasy, he's on the job, man. He don't stop. And I had a feeling, like, the way they set things up about, her bear is named Creasy, and they had that connection. They spent that time. I said, as we get closer to the end, I went, he's gonna die, isn't he? He's gonna die. He's gonna die. And yes, he does die. He gets shot in the chest, but keeps going, and then later succumbs to his wound. But she gets home to her mother. That's what he makes sure. He makes sure she gets home. He does his job. You see, he's like a former cop or something like that with connections, but he does his job. Guys, this movie was pretty good. Not a lot to say. I was doing a lot during this, but I got the gist of it. This movie is action-packed. You want action? You got it. You want good Denzel? You got it. You want Christopher Walken doing a weird kind of deep voice sort of thing? I don't know what he was trying to do in this movie. He's like, you and I used to be in the police force. Down here, it's different. Pretty the crooked cops down there. I know in the original it was Italy. Here it's Latin America or Mexico. I'm not sure what the book it was. What it was in the book. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is one. This is a short review, but I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. There's not much to say. This is a pretty good movie. I'm gonna give it a pretty good because this is one you should recommend. I don't like the whole parent thing, but it was a decent twist. Like, I would never do that, but it's, and I do like he left him a gun with a bullet, and you hear the gun go off, so he killed himself for it. And that, to me, if it was just like, hey, you're a bastard and he's gonna go to jail, but the fact that he killed himself because he felt so bad about what he did, that makes a difference. It probably would have been a middle-of-the-road movie because of that if it had been, oh, he did it to get the insurance, now he's just going to go to jail. He's going to sit in a cell, and he didn't feel anything for it. But the fact that he had enough to shoot himself in the head tells me he did care. Like, it ate away at him that much that he did this to his own daughter that he just couldn't live with himself. Somehow that makes it better. I don't know what you're saying, but it's a pretty good to me. So, here it is. It's a kind of a short review, but there's not much to say. This movie's here's another thing that's like it's 2.5 hours long. Why did that movie gotta be so long, man? I'm just saying. 2.5 hours long. Like, there's another one that The Inside Man is 2 hours and 5 minutes, but it's still not as long as this. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on Man on Fire? In the comments below. So, here we are. We are finished. We are done. We have completed the Action Star weekend. That's what I'm calling it now because Action Stars. I will be doing a ranking at some point to finish this up. This is, end up being 10 movies. So, I should just do a ranking. I'll be ranking all 10. And I'm planning on getting Master of the Universe on Blu-ray. Because I love that movie. And Rumble in the Bronx. Those are the two from this, that I'm getting on Blu-ray. They're the ones that are like, what? I gotta get these on Blu-ray. They're fantastic movies. And yes, hate me all you want, but I love Masters of the Universe. We'll see where it ranks. It's the only one that I gave a perfect score to, so it'll probably number one, but who knows? But yes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.